Do you trust in your space, in the life that you have right now, that your skills, your creative skills, the skills that bring you light, the skills that bring you enjoyment, the skills that bring you life, that bring you love, that allow you to feel, that allow you to connect? Do you trust in those skills to take you where you need to go? I have a question. And then I know it's going to sound crazy. Do you trust yourself? And before you click off this video because you're getting to know me, I know you're like, of course, I trust myself, right? And like, I trust myself. But there was some things within me that I didn't trust. And one thing for sure that I know I didn't trust was my skills, my true skills. For a long time, I realized I didn't trust myself. Not because I didn't want to, it's because I didn't see any value in the skills that I have now. And I didn't see any value in my skills because it wasn't something growing up that was ushered. There was no value and sense in my skills. It was a skill that was often used in my household, but it wasn't something that my family thought would make profit for me. And I understand, right? Like our parents only go by what they learned and deem as successful. And most parents want the best for you. So in their mind, they may think, especially in America and in my African American household, it was definitely going to college and getting a good job. My mom did it. My father thought it was the best thing to do. So therefore, they saw that within me. But here's the thing, that's not where it is today. I went to college and I graduated, and the '08 recession happened. So what I thought was something that could be easily done, or finding values in the skills, finding myself being seen in the corporate space or whatever it means to be seen in this world when it comes to careers, I felt I had to find those skills or look within those skills within me. But now things are shifting. And this is why I asked you, do you trust yourself? Do you trust your true skills? What are your true skills? Can you write? Can you paint? I'm talking about creativity skills. I'm talking about the skills that you hold in that gives you that lift, that feeling, that meaning. I'm talking about the skills that you have that doesn't allow you to look at perfection or looks at you less or small. I'm talking about the skills that make you feel big, that make you feel light, that make you feel. Those are the skills that I'm talking about. It could be a great talker, a great orator. You could be in the spiritual sense like me. You see, me growing up, my spiritual skills, they weren't seen as a value or a gift. They were just what they were. If anything, they made me too different and too awkward. So those skills that I had, those questions that I was asked, those things that I would try to figure out, it was just chucked to a big imagination. But see, in my household, I had to get real. Having a big imagination wasn't something that was honored. It was something that needed to go away, because if you wanted to survive, if you wanted to have success, you had to be a great college educated, career oriented, strong, independent Black woman. And it took me a really long time to realize that there are some qualities that I hold, but those aren't qualities that make me light up. And at the end of the day, I get it. There is survival. And beyond survival, if you go to the hierarchy, Maslow's pyramid. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I get survival is the baseline. But once you pass that survival, you become tired, because now you're doing things just to survive, not necessarily doing things to live or to thrive. So this is what I'm asking you again. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust in your space, in the life that you have right now, that your skills, your creative skills, the skills that bring you light, the skills that bring you enjoyment, the skills that bring you life, that bring you love, that allow you to feel, that allow you to connect? Do you trust in those skills to take you where you need to go? I'm not saying it's easy. What I'm saying is, are you willing to take a risk on the skills that you're ready to progress on? progress on. I started to see value in my skills when I took a risk that no one understood what I was doing. I stopped working because I wanted to hone in on my spiritual skills. I kept getting inklings and feelings that I see things beyond what other people see. I just couldn't put a name to it. And now, 8 years later, I'm a seer. It's a spiritual gift. I've had it since I was young. I just never knew the name for it. I never knew that I could see events in the future that other people couldn't see. Sometimes I'd be standing and it would feel like a whiplash and I'm placed in a different space. I could see parts of the future. Why do I think that's an important skill now? Look where we are now. I had a vision of this when I was in college, this war. No one would believe me. That's what I would tell myself because I didn't trust myself. And now that I trust myself, I know I'm claircognizant, I'm clairsentient, I'm clairaudient, I'm clairempathetic. I think it's called clairempathy. There's a lot of clairs, right? I can sense the shift, the energy shift in the room. I can sense someone's emotions being transferred, being changed. Someone can go from happy to sad. And in the midst of them being happy and going to that emotion of feeling sadness, I can feel that shift. I can feel the awareness, the subtle shift of someone's feeling changing before they can. I can sense an energy that's not physical or present. I hear it. These are all gifts and values that I didn't know was something beautiful to me. You see, growing up where these are gifts that were either demonic, these were gifts that either were just me having a vivid imagination. These weren't gifts that were honored. I had to honor it. So now I honor it later in my life. And I know it makes me profit because I see it as profit to me. So what do you see your gifts, your skills? What is profitable to you? Who told you that you couldn't do it? Who told you that it's oversaturated? As long as you're being truly you, authentically you, how can it be oversaturated when there's only one you? And I'm not trying to sell you some pipeline dream. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. I'm not saying that it's going to be a fun road. I'm not saying that it's not going to be bumpy. It will, but your passion will bring you along. You know what movie I like? Soul, the Disney movie. It's one of my favorite movies because it really shows you how the beauty of creativity connects you to enjoy everyday life. I'm not saying not to work your job. What I'm saying is to find creativity in it. What I'm saying is to find the joy in everyday life. That itself is a gift. Gratitude. How many people hold that? How many people hold a lot of gratitude just for simply enjoying looking at the sun, feeling the air on their skin, breathing, drinking water? These are things to truly feel as gifts because they are. I'm saying for you to trust yourself, especially in this world. And I don't think you need a seer to let you know that this world is changing. So of course the job industry will change. We're moving from a task-based society when we're working and we're performing tasks for corporations, and we're going to transfer to a skill-based. Your skills are going to take you where you need to go. So I'm asking you again to trust your skills. But how? How do you trust your skills that you don't know you have? Now that is through creativity. You see what I love about creativity, and this is what soul shows, is that you have the unlimited amount of times to be imperfect. You have opportunities to learn something new. I make candles. I love making candles, not for perfection, but for me to connect to the spiritual, for me to connect to what beyond what we see, for me to be clairaudient, for me to feel and connect with my ancestors, for me to feel and connect with my spirit guides. These are the things that I love to do, and candle making allows me to do it. Candle making allows me to take away my logic and fully tap into my divine, fully hear the messages from my crown chakra, fully being rooted to see where I need to balance myself at. I love making candles for that reason, just to simply connect. That is my source of creativity. Writing is as well. So, if you want to learn to trust your skills, start with what brings you joy in your creativity. What is it that you want to do? Sit in a park? Do you want to, and that sitting in the park is a creative skill because you're learning how to ground, be present, be one, savoring the moment. Do you want to paint, sing, write? Sing, even if you can't sing, you're exercising your throat chakra. These are ways that you open up to yourself slowly but surely. You open up to yourself to trust your skills, trust your creativity, trust your God given gifts that I know you have. You have them. Just being you is your gift. Trust yourself. It's necessary in this 2026 world and beyond to trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your discernment, and trust that you can change. Trust that what you're trusting today can be okay if you trust something else tomorrow. Trusting yourself is going to be essential as we continue to go down this timeline of the world that we live in, right? And do a little review of what trust means to you. Sometimes you got to refresh the word trust. I do want you to trust this, that peace isn't out there somewhere waiting to be bought by you. It's right here. Peace is right there, waiting for you to choose it every day. Trust yourself. Many blessings to you.